All right. Brace yourself, folks. Just brace yourself and wait for it. That's all I got to say.
Trafficking and pornography. You will not support my legislation for free meals for all children in schools. You're not going to help me on that. If you want to believe that God is wanting you to push a bill through with no exception that kills mothers and ruins the lives of children, lets mothers bring home babies to bury them, then I think you're miscommunicating with God. Or maybe you're just not communicating with him at all.
By the way, a slow clap for her. And let me just say, as a Southern Baptist that grew up reading the Bible, maybe.
Southern Baptist who grew up reading the Bible. My grandfather in Egypt on my mom's side was a Baptist minister, and I just get disgusted hearing what this guy's about to say. Just wait for it. This is ugly. Just take a listen. Here we go.
Backslidden Baptist, but I still know the Bible. Jesus never once talked about abortion. Never once. And it was happening back in ancient times. It was happening during his time. Never once mentioned it. And for people perverting the gospel of Jesus Christ down to one issue, it's heresy. Go, if you don't believe me, if that makes you angry, why don't you do something you haven't done in a long time? Open the Bible, open the New Testament, read the red letters. You won't see it there. And yet there are people who are using Jesus as a shield to make 10-year-old rape girls go through a living and breathing hell here on earth. They've also conveniently overlooked the parts.
Listen, I just can't even get into this because this guy is making it as though all of the abortions that are taking place are of 10-year-old rape victims when they are under 0.5%. Actually, the number might be smaller than that. But if you want to talk about a heretic, that guy's a heretic. He is absolutely perverting the gospel. And just because you don't see the word abortion in the Bible coming out of Jesus's mouth, you are out of your cotton-picking mind actually saying that the Bible does not prohibit abortion. He's going as far as to say that we are evil because we talk about the Bible condemning abortion. He's right about one thing. He's backslidden. I don't even know if the guy's ever been a believer before, but I'm going to tell you, take it from a guy who's been studying the Bible for the better part of 30 years of his life and maybe a little bit more than that. This guy is evil and he's wrong. And everything that he is saying and the characterizations that he's making about this are completely wrong. I think what is going on is what we have been warning you would be happening. We have told you that the hard left would be taking very, very evil things and calling them good. As a matter of fact, I seem to remember several warnings in the scripture of people who will be taking evil and applauding it as though it is good, and then taking good and condemning it as though it's evil. Folks, what you just watched here, MSNBC, what you just saw happen is a complete mischaracterization of not just the Bible, but the truth in general, okay? Yeah, they were aborting babies back then. They were sacrificing to Molech. I don't even want to get into the description of what they were doing to children. And I want to make one last comment. Maybe he can answer this, and I'm putting him on the spot. Mr. Scarborough, or whatever your name is, let me just simply ask you this question. Why would I give a baby the death penalty for the action of a rapist? I understand giving that to the rapist, but why would I give it to the baby? Shame on you. You misrepresent the platform that God has actually allowed you to be in, and you are using it to devastate and destroy and murder baby's life. And one more thing, maybe I should just mention this. Racist white boy, all right? Let me just say that. 3% of the childbearing population in this country are black women, and yet they represent 50% of the abortions. So if you want to fight for justice, and you want to fight for the right thing, and you want to do the right thing, then maybe you should stand to prevent abortions. It's plain and simple. End of rant. Probably going to get in trouble for this, but I don't care, because truth is truth, And lies are lies, and I can tell you this, God is never going to accept this guy's alibi. I'll tell you that right now. End of rant.